Good morning. For those of you who are following us on Sunday morning, and good whenever you're following us for the rest of you. We're so excited that we have a group who are continuing to meet on Sunday morning with us, and that we have a whole bunch of the rest of you who are exploring later in the week and finding a time that works for your family and your schedule. So that is one of the blessings of this whole experience the last several months, is to be able to look at what works really well for us and what doesn't, right? So thank you for being with us today. As you can see, I'm back in the sanctuary. I had some chores to run that put me right by the church, and I had a few hours and wanted to be able to just be in the building. I'm sure you're all feeling that way, but here it is. We are still here. It is still beautiful. It feels good. The space feels good. And I am, for those of you who are new to our community, I'm Reverend Judy, one of the two ministers who serves at Unity of Mesa. The other minister is Reverend Kathy Kellogg, and she will be doing just a quick little piece today. And joining me today is Joyce Kaye leading our meditation, and the delightful Katie and Andrea Sieferth doing our music. And special guest are staff people, staff personnel. We have Terry Landers, Andrea Longoni, Nancy Spence, Laurie Matlock, and Dennis Hubert will be joining me in presenting the lesson. And our theme this month is Words to Live By. Today we're doing Words to Live By, Beliefs and Possibilities. I had to look at it because we've changed it, I've changed it multiple times. Beliefs and possibilities, because I really think that's what our staff talked about. So now our affirmation is, I am directed by God's perfect guidance. I am directed by God's perfect guidance. Can you affirm that? I am directed by God's perfect guidance. And as we take that into our prayer, we breathe deep into our solar plexus. And as that exhale moves out, we allow it to go through that heart space, and we feel it touching that heart space. And we know it is from the solar plexus and the heart space that we make that communion. It is where we feel that communion with Spirit, with the divine. And in this time of communion, we hold our world in prayer. We hold our country in prayer today. We continue to see the highest and the best in each and every situation. We're grateful for those who are willing to speak their truth with love and compassion. And we allow ourselves to stay in that place of love and compassion. We can speak strong, we can speak with strength, we can speak with wisdom, and we can do it from a place of compassion. We let go of fear, we let go of anger, and we speak our truth. And for those in our community who are experiencing health challenges, we see that presence of God moving in and through each and every cell in their body, activating the innate healing that is possible within our bodies. We know that God works through us and with us to do that healing. And so we allow it. We stop the resistance. We allow. We allow the inner peace to bubble up. We allow the joy to bubble up. And we remember that we are whole, perfect, and divine, just the way we are in this moment. And so it is. Amen. And now I turn it over to Katie for the opening song.
indescribable, and you speak of it with every word you say. Mysterious until you know the truth, as simple as the love inside of you. Call it God, call it Spirit, call it Jesus, call it Lord, call it Buddha, Baha'u'llah, angels' wings or heaven's doors, but whatever name you give it, it's one power, can't you see? It's the power of the love in you and me. One power, one power, one power. We speak so many languages, have different clothing, different colors, different names. But different is only dangerous when we forget that in our heart we're all the same. Remember once we closed our eyes to see. Such distances were never meant to be. Call it God, call it Spirit, call it Jesus, call it Lord, call it Buddha, Baha'u'llah, Hashim or Heaven's Door. It's Muhammad, it's your mind, it's your soul, and it's your sign. It's the universe, it's music, Mother Earth or Father Time, but whatever name you give it, it's one power, can't you see? Whatever name you give it, it's a very place. It's the power of the love in you and me. One power, one power, one power. It's the moment of creation. It's an everlasting peace. It's the freedom of forgiveness. It's the sweetness of release. It's the joy of inspiration. It's the sunshine on your face. It's the birthright of all the nations. It's the boundless of space. It's the beauty of a baby. The serenity of sleep. It's the anger we abandon, for it's love that's most deep. It's one power, one power, one power. What we are is one. It's the power of the love that lives forever in you and me. It's the power of the love in you and me.
Thank you, Katie. Thank you so much. Your music is always a gift for us. Now, a few things that you should know about. First of all, we really do miss you. As I stand here in the sanctuary and I can see where each of you are, because most of you sit in the same place. So I can just see your faces, I can feel your energy, but we do miss being together. So come see us virtually in our Zoom Garden Fellowship right after service. It's not too late to sign up. Just go to our website right now and under unityofmesa.org and look for it, and you'll be sent a link. Don't wait till the end of the service or we might miss you. Also, if you would like our prayer chaplains to pray for you or someone you care about, go to our Unity Cares page under the Ministries tab for prayer request forms. There you will also find information on direct prayer support and other spiritual support we offer. And please, I am glad to do a phone call and pray with anyone. I prayed with somebody last night. I prayed with several people yesterday. So we continue to do that support. So no matter what it is, that's the access to us. Or you can also just send me an email, judy@unityofmesa.org. And we have World Day of Prayer coming up September the 10th. The prayer chaplain team has been working on putting it together. The theme is From Fear to Faith. And this special event will be offered in person here, and there will be online activities through Unity Worldwide Ministries. Our activities will be held in the garden on that Thursday. The real garden, actually, not the Zoom garden, and we'll be open for a few hours early in the morning and then a few hours in the evening. For those who would like to come and light a candle for someone that maybe a memorial for someone or someone who they know is struggling. So we would invite you to come light a candle, spend a few minutes in prayer. There will be chaplains available if you would like them to pray with you. Times and registration are on our webpage, our website, and we do need registration because if the weather gets bad and we do have to move inside, we will need to follow some regulations as far as number of people in the building at a time. Bible talks are every Friday morning at 10 o'clock on Facebook and YouTube with Reverend Kathy. And this is where she shares a 5-minute talk about the Bible. These talks explore, they question, they reclaim meaning from the text, historically, socially, and spiritually. So please take a listen, and then you can join in for a discussion on the fourth Friday at 7 p.m. in the evening. And this is good stuff. It unpacks what that Bible is and gives it a whole different meaning. Also, Karen and Tony will be continuing to lead their Sangha every Tuesday morning at 10 a.m. And you can sign up for either or both the Bible Talks discussion and Sangha meditation on our classes page to receive the Zoom link. And we want to thank each and every one of you who took our survey. And I'm going to let Kathy right now share the information with you.
The results of the regathering survey are in. Of the 86 responses we received, a significant majority have decided to wait before they return to on-site services. They cited the fact that they were waiting for the increase of infection to go down in Maricopa County and wanting to be sure that the guidelines were in place so that we can be safe when we come together. And so we will refrain from on-site services through the end of September, at which time we'll send out another survey to see where we are at. Until that time, we are continuing our online services so that you can join us at your leisure. And know that we continue our virtual garden at 11 o'clock every Sunday, where we can greet each other and check in. And so continue to be that spiritual community of support and encouragement, even though we can't be together physically on site. And we heard from some of you that you didn't receive a survey. The surveys went out to all of those registered for the e-letter that comes out on Wednesday. And so if you're registered for the e-letter but not getting it, please check your junk or spam folders. And if you haven't signed up to receive that Wednesday e-letter, please go to the website at unityofmesa.org and sign up today so you'll know what's happening and what's coming. And so until the time that we can be together in person, we'll keep our online presence and know that you're being blessed in recognizing your wholeness and your joy. Blessings.
Thank you, Kathy. And now it's time for blessing the offerings, which continue to flow. And even though we're not physically in our buildings, we continue to care for this physical location and do the work to keep us connected and ready to return, whenever that may be. We are so grateful for all the ways you show up in the world at this time, through your prayers, your affirmations, by letting your light shine and giving from your abundance. Together, we can enlighten, empower, and energize one another to uplift our world through a greater expression of God. There are many ways to financially support this spiritual community. Indirectly, by ordering books through our website, adding Unity Church of the East Valley as your favorite charity on Amazon Smile, or Smile Amazon, I'm sorry, and on Fry's Rewards, or directly through online giving, using the Give Plus app, or by sending a check, and we pick that mail up every day. All this info and more can be found on our website, unityofmesa.org. If you are watching on YouTube, please just click the link in the description. Now, if you would take your gift of love, your gift of compassion, your gift of prayer, your financial gift if it's sitting by you, if you bless it on Sundays before you send it, and just put it in your hands. Hold it in those prayerful hands. And together, let us bless this. Divine love flowing through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And we thank you, Spirit of Abundance. And now let us prepare for meditation led by Joyce Kaye, which will be followed by a song.
Good morning. The daily word for tomorrow, Monday, August 24th, is guidance. And it seems very apropos in reference to what the focus of today's service is about. And so that's going to be the basis for meditation today. But first, I invite you to sit back, relax, close your eyes, and take a nice deep breath in. Hold it for a second, and then release it. And another one, and release it. And just take in these words. The daily word from Monday, August 24th, 2020. Guidance. I am directed by God's perfect guidance. Just as all of life moves forward toward the good, my life is being drawn ahead, guided by Spirit within. I pause to still and center my mind and open to a new direction. My spiritual intuition guides me along a purposeful course. I feel assured by this divine guidance. I call upon all the knowledge I need to make the choices that are mine to make. As I move in this new direction, doors of opportunity open before me. I walk through those doors with courage, trusting my heart to lead me clearly into the next step of my soul's evolution. With the guiding Spirit of God as my compass, I am fearless. My steps are sure, my heart is full, and I move ahead with confidence and resolve. I am directed by God's perfect guidance. It is now time to come back from the silence. Take a nice deep breath and wiggle your toes and your fingers and just wiggle around that whole body to come back to the present space. And may throughout your day and your week, you remember that you are directed by God's perfect guidance.
It isn't like I always wondered what I was made of, or is this really me? I've only recently discovered, always stood in the shadow of expectations of me. Well, now that I see there's no judge, there's no jury. Now that I know I can take my own road, I feel a freedom that I have never known. It's about unbecoming what I never was. It's about unlearning what was never true. It's about unbelieving all the lies that I've been told. Unbecoming is the story of my soul. Everybody's name is given. Nobody asks us who we really are. But after so many years of living, you wouldn't think the answer would still feel so far. I'm slow and I'm smart, I'm accounting and I'm art. I'm left brain or right, I'm a morning person or night. Well, maybe it's time to step outside those lines and see who I find. It's about unbecoming what I never was. It's about unlearning what was never true. It's about unbelieving all the lies that I've been told. Unbecoming starts the story of my soul. The scariest thing is offending, disappointing everyone's vision of who I should be. But the only way home is to fly on my own till I know, till I see, till I see. It's about unbecoming what I never was. It's about unlearning what was never true. It's about unbelieving all the lies that I've been told. Unbecoming is the story of my soul. He's coming home.
Thank you, Joyce and Katie. Feels so good, doesn't it? Our lesson today continues to be words to live by. Beliefs and possibilities. In Unity, we teach our words have power. When we move from unconscious thought and then put in unconscious thought to awareness thought and then put intentional words to those thoughts, powerful, powerful, energetic movement occurs in the universe. And everything in the universe becomes directed towards supporting your words. So your words become magnetic. Your words create your reality, not necessarily the outer worldly events, although our words do contribute to the planetary consciousness, but your reality of your circumstance. This week, we have invited our staff to share with you the words they turn to on a regular basis to support them in their daily life or in a crisis. It is my privilege to introduce to you 5 of our staff this service in the order they will speak. So first will be Terry Landers, who is our Director of Finances and Operations. He's the one who supports us in keeping track of our finances at the church, and he works with Andrea on the upkeep of our facilities. Next will be Andrea Longoni. She is the caretaker of our facility. She supports our community by keeping up the regular maintenance on the building and the grounds. And she is also the person who is available for assistance if groups using the facilities have any issues. And she really cares about this space. And she also cares about this community. And she, along with the rest of the staff, holds space for all of you. And then Nancy Spence is one of our newer hires. She came on last winter. And she came on as our Sunday morning and program coordinator. Maybe she came on last fall. She's been here a little bit, but I've known her since before I went to seminary. She's a long-time congregant at Unity of Mesa. And she is actually, as Sunday morning coordinator, she's in charge of keeping everything going on Sunday morning and taking care of all the behind-the-scene things on Sunday morning. And she also coordinates the different programs and events that we hold. Since the pandemic and we've not done Sunday morning on site, she has stepped up and stepped into doing some catch-all pieces for us, mainly working with our database system to make sure that it is more functional for our use and cleaning up. And I had a stack in my office of like papers like this big that needed to be inputted with activities and that so that we can maybe do more direct marketing and get you more information that's relevant to you specifically. Then Laurie Matlock is our administrative assistant, and she keeps us all focused. And you know, Kathy and I go down bunny trails all the time, so she just pulls us back in quite a bit. And we are so grateful for her. She basically is the glue that holds us all together. She's like the hub of the church. She juggles. She just juggles everything and keeps us all informed and keeps us all going like we should be going. So we're so grateful for everything she does. And then Dennis Hubert is our current music director. At this time, his role is to mainly coordinate the musician schedules and our needs. And he is almost done with his studies in the Unity SEE program. So looking forward to watching his continuing growth as he continues to say yes to a call of spirit. And so now I turn it over to Terry.
So the quote I want to share with you all is, I easily flow through change. My life is divinely guided, and I'm always going in the best direction. And this quote comes from the Louise Hay's book, You Can Heal Your Life. And it was a book that my wife Jillian told me that it's the book that led her to a spiritual path. And for me, it was more of an affirmation that was in that book that said, I am willing to change. And I need to add a little context to that. Spent most of my life in the state of Maryland, and I worked for an employer for most of my career. And so when people would ask me, they say, "So Terry, what's going on?" I would say, "Well, I'm still at this employer. I'm still in the same house for, all these decades, still with my beautiful wife, but I enjoy that. So that's never going to change." But it made me realize that it had me looking forward to say, do I still have this existence in decades to come? So Jill and I would talk and say, well, when I left this employer, what do we want to do? And believe it or not, Arizona was one of the states that we thought we would relocate to. Call it serendipity or whatever, but all of a sudden I got a call. I was recruited to come out here to Arizona to be a CFO for a corporation out here, family run. Stayed it for a little while, ended up not being my cup of tea. But for me to make that change was huge, because before I did that, I spent many a time taking walks at a beautiful place out in Frederick, Maryland called Sugarloaf Mountain, because I knew that life was going to change. I knew that I needed to go with it. And not just for myself, but for Jill. And things started to fall in place. I still question things, Arizona's hot, it's 130 degrees. It is, these haboobs, these dust storms, not fun. But Arizona's a beautiful state, and I've met a lot of great people. And what I've experienced is, if I hadn't made this change, that, I'm not growing. I wouldn't have grown. And this also goes to my work at Unity and Mesa, because I believe there is a divine plan, because I've been working on spirituality, and people are great, they're my friends, and I just know, like the palm trees out here, they don't look so great now, in the heat, but they swing back and forth, especially in this time of the pandemic, the COVID-19. Change is inevitable. And so I go back to this quote and this affirmation, I'm willing to change, because it's just going to, and I think that's how, I'll continue to grow. And so always working on myself. Don't have all the answers, but, I'm willing to always be open and look for messages that speak to me. And right now, I'm willing to change.
So my personal motto is, how hard can it be? And it's not, I don't think it's a quote from anyone, but it's definitely been this motto that I seem to live by, because it is how I am willing to do things I don't know how to do. I took this job, I didn't know how to do it, but I thought, how hard can it be? And truthfully, I figure it out along the way. Sometimes I make mistakes, but it's okay. I stick within the stuff that I like. I don't try to do brain surgery. But I can do bathrooms. I've remodeled my own bathroom. I remodeled my sister-in-law's, and she goes, "Oh, I want a little niche in the wall." And I have no idea how to do a niche in the wall, but how hard can it be? So I just do it. I'm willing to help people out, because that's just my nature, but I don't have to know how to do something. And I don't have to be afraid to do something, to try something I don't know how to do, because it's a true belief for me that it's really most probably not that hard. I've changed out the headlights in a Prius. I have changed out the headlights in the Toyota, and I didn't have any idea how to do that. I just start pulling stuff apart and figure out what seems like logic. Doing this, I thought, oh, I'm afraid to get on this. And then I thought, well, this is stupid because I'm here saying this is how I'm not afraid. This is how I do things that I might be afraid to do. And truthfully, I have a good time, and I have, you know, I rack up a lot of stuff that I've done that I do it again later on. I have fun, and I get to help people out. And so that's my motto.
Okay, I'll tell you. My favorite quote of all times comes from Wayne Dyer in the 1980s. He kept telling us, what you focus on expands. And I have really struggled with that a lot of times, but also realized that it's a matter of practice, moment by moment, and realizing that we can only do the best we can. We're not going to be perfect in every moment, but we can focus more on that. And our unity principles teach us to focus better on that. So attitude is everything. It's a constant awareness process that is ongoing for every moment of the day if we can focus on it. But it takes a lot of awareness to be able to remember what we focus on is going to increase in our own consciousness, and it's going to increase in our own reality. So it's like Amazon has their favorite books that you've ordered in the past. If you're ordering terrible books, then you're going to get a whole bunch of more terrible books recommended. But if you're ordering really good inspirational things, then they're going to reply with, oh, don't you want to try this? This thought might be better. So the bottom line is mindfulness in our thoughts is crucial, and thoughts become things, and we want to choose good ones for a better reality in our consciousness. Have fun.
My words to live by. I am healthy. I am strong. I am brave. These are the words I say to myself when I can feel that anxiety start to bubble up inside of me. I am healthy. I am strong. I am brave. One day at the beginning of 2020, I went to Louise Hay's website to see what the daily affirmation was. That day it was, wellness is the natural state of my body. It was perfect. It was just what I needed that day. Particularly since I had just learned my health insurance wasn't going to kick in until April. And so it just brought me some peace. And I added it to my daily affirmation app, which I just love. Randomly throughout the day, it will just send me a little notification with the affirmation as just a reminder. And then we all know what came next. We were now living in a pandemic. And I have to admit, I have not taken that affirmation off my app since then. It still pops up randomly throughout the day, and it is still perfect. It is my reminder that I am okay. It is my reminder to not internalize all the crazy, because that affects the body. And it is my reminder to care for me, to stop, to take a breath and to affirm, wellness is the natural state of my body.
The affirmation I've been using to keep me positive during this time is, like the wave is all ocean, I am all God. So that's something that I've kind of understood as a student of Unity, that we are made of God because God is everywhere. But it didn't really solidify in my heart, or maybe I should say liquefy, that I'm all God. So my body is all God, my spirit is all God, my soul is all God. This is all one thing, and I wasn't treating my body well. So I'm taking a healing and wholeness class, and we did a couples counseling with our body. So we were to let our bodies have it, just tell them all the things that we didn't like about it. And then of course our bodies were able to speak to us back. And the answer I got was like, obviously, of course I'm not going to be working the way you want me to because of the way you treat me. And I realized, not only do I not exercise enough, I don't eat well, and in general, more worried about my spirit than my body, and not realizing that this is all one thing. It's all connected. So I started using Mind Bell to remind myself regularly that I am all God. Every time I heard the bell go off, it's an app for your phone, Mind Bell. And every time I heard it go off, I would remind myself that I am all God. And so I've been not only experiencing just more positivity throughout the day, feeling better. I haven't necessarily been healed of the things that I wanted to be healed of doing healing and wholeness in this class, but just feeling a greater sense of wholeness and also healthier. And I've actually lost 10 pounds since I started taking this class at the beginning of July. So I'm not sure if there's anything else to say. It's a wonderful phrase, has helped me, and the Mind Bell too has really helped me a lot. I would recommend that as well. But just to remember that we're all God. God can't be sick. So if I'm all God, I'm healthy and whole.
So thank you so much, Terry, Andrea, Nancy, Lori, and Dennis. We are grateful for all of your service in this community and for the wisdom you shared today and all the time, really. So now, thank everyone for being with us. And we would like to close with an original song written by Katie, I Am That I Am, followed by our closing prayer.
I know I am that I am, and times I get lost and covered, buried and smothered by all I give. Now's the time for me to see you, to sit with what is bigger and wiser, taller and wider, what is and was and will be. I will be true and take me home where I can be, just be. I'm like a wave in the ocean, flowing free, and all that I can be. I am, I am, I am, I am that I am, I am that I am. Let it go, put it down. There is nothing for me to do but surrender and let it fall. 'Cause the earth moves and the flowers grow and children know somehow we're born then gone. So I'll be true and take me home where I can be, just be. I'm like a wave in the ocean, flowing free in all that I can be. So I'll be true and take me home where I can be, just be like a wave in the ocean, flowing free in all that I can be, in all that I can be. I am, I am, I am, I am that I am, I am that I am. I am love, I am peace, I am here, yes, and I am me. I am love, I am peace, I am here, yes, I'm here, and I am me. I am me. I am that I am, I am that I am, I am that I am. I am that I am.
Thank you for that song, Katie. And we go forth this week, open to possibilities, allowing our beliefs to solidify, and looking forward to next week when Kathy talks about our spiritual toolbox and how to make use of everything we have learned so far this year. And now we remember that the light of God surrounds us, the love of God enfolds us, the power of God protects us, and the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Namaste.